August 14, 2005, a Boeing 737-300 waits on the tarmac at Larnaca Airport. Helios Airways Flight 522 awaits passengers under the bright summer sky. Passengers board the plane, faces showing a mix of fatigue and anticipation. Inside the cockpit, Captain Hans and First Officer Nikos perform pre-flight checks. The air buzzes with the energy of airport operations. In the dimly lit cockpit, the maintenance crew meticulously checks the aircraft's pressurization system. Unseen, the pressurization system is left in manual mode. The lead mechanic wipes sweat from his brow, signing off on the maintenance log. Flight 522 ascends smoothly, unaware of the impending danger. A piercing alarm shatters the calm, its shrill sound cutting through the cockpit. Hans and Nikos exchange puzzled looks, their faces etched with confusion. The cabin altitude warning horn blares, an insistent cry of impending doom. As oxygen masks descend, a wave of unease sweeps through the cabin. Despite the cabin crew's efforts, panic begins to take hold. Hans and Nikos struggle to maintain their focus, their minds clouded by the thinning air. Confusion deepens as the aircraft ascends, their reactions dulled by the grip of hypoxia. The cockpit blurs around them, their understanding slipping away with each foot of altitude gained. The cockpit falls silent, the pilots slumped in their seats, their mission abandoned. The autopilot hums, a cold, mechanical drone that mocks the human failure. The aircraft flies on, a ghost ship in the sky guided by a heartless machine. Greek fighter jets scream across the sky, their engines roaring as they race to intercept the mysterious aircraft. Pilots Yanis and Kostas skillfully maneuver their jets, approaching Flight 522 with cautious precision. Kostas flies in formation, maintaining a steady course as they close in on the silent plane. From the cockpit, Yanis and Kostas stare in disbelief at Flight 522. They see the first officer slumped motionless, the aircraft seemingly without command. They prepare to report their grim discovery to ground control. Andreas Prodromou, a cabin crew member, sizes up the unfolding crisis. He grabs a portable oxygen tank, his determination hardening. Andreas Prodromou heads towards the cockpit. Andreas enters the cockpit, his movements betraying a desperate urgency. He grapples with the controls, a growing confusion clouding his face as the instruments mock his efforts. Hypoxia tightens its grip, blurring his vision and slowing his reactions, each breath a struggle. Andreas fights on, but his oxygen fades and the engines begin to fail. Hope vanishes as the engines sputter, signaling the end. Flight 522, fuel exhausted, begins its descent. The Greek countryside unfolds beneath the stricken aircraft. Passengers lie unconscious as Flight 522 plunges toward the earth. A chilling silence fills the cabin, broken only by the roar of the engines. The aircraft hurtles towards the ground, carrying its silent cargo. Flight 522 crashes violently into the hills, a scene of utter devastation. The landscape is scarred by the wreckage, a testament to the tragedy. Days after the disaster, investigators stand grimly amidst the wreckage, seeking answers in the scattered debris. They pore over the flight data recorder, their expressions intense as they dissect the final moments of the doomed flight. Each fragment of data brings them closer to understanding the tragic sequence of events. Aviation experts gather around the table, the specter of Flight 522 casting a long shadow. The low hum of voices fills the room as they dissect the tragedy and seek solutions. Driven by a solemn vow, they propose changes that promise to rewrite the future of aviation safety. Airlines upgraded training on hypoxia and redesigned cockpit alerts to avoid confusion. Checklists became mandatory, and cabin crew training was emphasized after the crash. Flight 522's tragedy led to stricter safety checks for low-cost carriers across Europe.